after one of the wettest summers on record for large parts of Europe, the cost of food is set to rise. Wheat harvests are the worst since the 1980s and agricultural products are in short supply. With Halloween approaching, it's a horror story for one vegetable, the humble pumpkin. Ivor Bennett reports.
With Halloween just 3 weeks away, this is no trick or treat. The pumpkins at this English farm are a month behind schedule, and farmer Jonathan Smales expects yields to be 40% lower than last year.
It was terrible, absolutely terrible, to the point where we couldn't even drive a tractor in the field. It was so wet, the fields were waterlogged, and then when it stopped raining it took 10 days to dry out, and then when it finally dried out then all the rain came back again.
This summer was the second wettest since records began, and the impact on crops like pumpkins is clear to see. Normally by this time of year they're big, orange, and how they're supposed to look on Halloween, but this year a large chunk are still not ripe, they're a lot smaller than they should be and still green.
Pumpkins weren't the only washout. The National Farmers Union has warned UK wheat yields are the lowest since the 1980s. Much of Northern Europe had similar weather, and that's on top of droughts in Russia and the US. With global grain prices nearly 30% up, Richard Dodd from the British Retail Consortium says it's a perfect storm.
Global commodity costs are a key element of what we end up paying in shops for the things that we buy, and wheat is up enormously, so is soya, some other commodities as well.
With fresh produce in short supply, British shoppers are already paying the price. Potatoes now cost double what they did last year, and greengrocer David Burgess says retailers are suffering too.
We're not getting as much of a markup out of them as we did last year. Customers are coming in that are used to paying £6 to £6.99. How much is a bag of Wiltshire potatoes? £10.99. Pulling the face and walking out.
The same goes for pumpkins and other vegetables, with consumers in for a fright at Halloween and beyond.